This is the book of Proverbs 4 verse 7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom. And with all thy getting, get understanding. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to you brothers to the four corners of the earth, preaching his word and also laboring in his word in truth, love, and sincerity. And may blessings fall upon the houses of the 1/3. And with that being said, you would think that the most basic scriptures and even the concepts in life, people would easily understand. Okay? But that's not the case. Alright? Because if you know anything, wisdom comes from the Lord. Alright? Now, we're talking about the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures. Because the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. Alright? And when you think about, when people speak about wisdom of this world, right? What do they deem as wisdom? They deem it off Esau's standpoint, or Esau's, his so-called say so and what knowledge really is. People base it off, the different degrees, basically his whole school system hit that type of scale or whatever the case may be, right? But that's not real wisdom. The real wisdom is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these scriptures. All right, so getting back into the point, I actually want to get this first. The book of Proverbs, let's see. It's actually in Proverbs 2 verse 6. It says, "For the Lord giveth wisdom, out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding." So the person that giveth the true wisdom is the Lord. And most of these people, they don't have true wisdom, man. They don't know what true wisdom actually is. And this is just based off a random conversation as I'm having with a coworker, So we got to just talk about, a few different things, and she was actually saying something, and I told her that, I was a Seminole Indian, and because she was talking something about I forget how the conversation even led to that, but whatever the case may be, I told her I was a so-called Seminole Indian, but I said Seminole Indian, because I didn't, I was not going to reveal myself and tell her I was a Reubenite. So I told her I was a Seminole Indian, and the first thing is out of her mouth was like, "No, you're not," because she's going back to thinking that I'm a so-called Negro, or I'm a so-called African American, or a black person, you see. But that's the ideology that Esau put out there. So, and I even had different people, so-called family members and things like that, even try to say was, no, you're black, you're Negro, right? And they stupid as all hell too, because they don't even know if they're a Native American or a Seminole Indian, but they're going off of the philosophies of Esau, but that's neither here or there. So, going into this basic concept that, you are not defined, your nationality is not defined by skin color. And you would think this would be the easiest concept for people to understand, but it's not, and it is a major stumbling block, especially upon the people to say they know the truth, especially amongst Israelites, man, right? This skin color thing, right, is a major stumbling block to our people, even to the point where I done heard guys say, Native Americans, Latino speaking brothers and sisters, that they weren't Israelites because of their hair texture. I mean, you hear all types of bugged out stuff, man, because they're a lighter skin, it's just complete madness. But going back into the topic, man, look, people cannot get the concept that your skin color, skin color does not define your nationality, man. And I gave a few examples, and he even showed the images of Blake Griffin's son, and I broke it down completely to them the right way about Blake Griffin's son. Going about how the generations of how if you deal with someone of another nation, maybe, and over a period of time, that you will start to look like that other person, and you can see that with I believe the two generations with Blake Griffin, right? Well, Blake Griffin's father, his mother, right? Blake Griffin's father is a so-called Haitian, right? Which is a Levite from the tribe of Levi, dark as all hell. He messed with a Edomite woman, right? A so-called white woman. Okay, then they brought out Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin did the same thing, right? Messed with an Edomite woman, and his son looks like a straight Edomite, blonde hair. Look like a little white boy with freckles. But in fact, he's an Israelite. Okay? He's an Israelite. Imagine if his son does the same thing, go mess with an Edomite woman. His children is going more may look, completely like that Edomite woman as well. Take on her mother's characteristics. But also, it can flip. It can also flip too, and may take on the features of his grandfather. But all in all is to say this. They're Israelites, okay? Because you come from the seed of your father, and this is where this lesson is going into, okay? You are who you are by the seed of your father, man. You see? Because the father determines the seed of a child, okay? Point blank, period, And what Esau teaches is that you are what you are by your mother, and that's just completely off, and that's not scriptural. And I say this too, and I don't know if it's just me, but when I'm having conversations with people, and they be trying to back things up with their little scientific BS, right? Which is their science falsely called. Sometimes it gets me to the point where it's like I want to pull out scripture so bad, because it's like I know I'm right, even in the concept, in the ways that they can't understand. In this so-called worldly knowledge, but it's almost like I be feeling defeated because I can't back my points up with the scriptures, because at the end of the day, they're hearkening to the scriptures. I could just say, well, scriptures over opinions all day, and it just shows you how the scriptures is that much more important even when speaking. So that's why when we're on the highways and byways, the main thing is stick to the scriptures. Okay, so I don't want to continue to ramble on. Let's get the scripture. Numbers 1 verse 18. It says, "And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families, right? After their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of their names, from 20 years old upward, by their polls." So when you even go into the word pedigree, it goes back into what? Your lineage, your line. Okay? Let's go into it. It's Yalad. Okay? In the Hebrew it's Yalad. It says to bear, to bring forth, beget, ginger, right? Now when you go to Matthew, the first chapter, what does it say? I'm gonna have to get it. Okay? Let's continue on a little bit more. It says to be born. Okay, to be born. Declare one's birth, pedigree. Okay? And that comes from who? The father. Alright? Meaning, the lineage. Okay? Go to the house. By the house of the fathers in the Hebrews, Bayath. It says a house, a dwelling, a habitation, bodies, household, family. Those belonging to the same household, family of descendants. All right. So when we go now, as I spoke on the word beget, right? When we go to Matthew, the first chapter, right? Check this out. Matthew 1:1, it says, "The book of the generation of Yahushua Mashiach, the son of David, the son of Abraham," right? Now check this out. Abraham begot Isaac. Isaac begot Jacob. Jacob begot Judas and his brethren. Right? Now you continue to read down, so on and so on. You see that these different fathers are what? Begetting. Okay? It doesn't talk about the mother begetting, but it talks about the father. Right? Because the lineage is dictated by the father. Okay? Period. Point blank. Okay? This is what this is talking about. Begot, be born, bring forth. Okay? So it's the men that's begetting these children. Okay? Which is determining these the lineage. Now, I'm not saying anything to take credit from the woman, because the woman has a beautiful role. Don't get it twisted. The woman has a beautiful role. But needless to say that she does not dictate that child's nationality. Point blank, period. You see, because you are who you are by the seed of your father. But going back into the full spectrum, okay, going back in the full circle, you would think people will understand this concept. You would think people will understand basic concepts like this, And it's like, wow, like you people are really bugged out. You know what I'm saying? You people are really bugged out because you think because I have a certain skin color, right, that, I am even though you think of almost a certain skin complexion, that I belong to a particular race. You see? Which is not true. Even when you go to the word race, which comes from Italian word raza, is if I'm not mistaken, it's people of common descent. Right? So the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we are one nation. We are one people of common descent. We come from the seed line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We are one race. You see? And that goes for whoever falls under the line of or comes from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And that's for whosoever or whatever you may look like. You ain't fitting. You don't come from the house of Israel because you only dark skinned or you got curly or kinky hair. That's stupid, man. That's stupid. No, okay. You can look like any, and you're gonna look like any nation upon the face of the earth right now. Your hair texture, is going to be all different types of hair textures, into this thing. All different shades, everything, And because then you got to count everything that was going on, what happened to us as a nation too. Not only us being scattered due to the curses, right? But just Jake, mingling around with a different woman of the other nations, laying down his seed, going to war, laying down his seed, even being as a slave, laying down his seed. And we ain't even got to talk about the woman, because a lot of the women that brought forth children, and it just came up because I just got done watching the season Underground. Did you see all them? And we talking about the main characters that was in the show. Like Noah's girlfriend or whatever. The one, her mother, right? She had 2 children. Is it 2 children? Yeah, she had 2 children by the slave master, right? But according to that, remember the seed goes by the father. They would be what? Edomites. No matter what they look like. Say if they came out as the way they did, taking all the features of the mother, right? Dark as I don't know what. But guess what? They'd be Edomites, They'd be Edomites. You see? So skin color don't mean nothing. But, as I wanted to, end out this lesson just to say, hey, man, the basic concepts you think people will understand, they ain't gonna get it, man. They ain't gonna get it because the Lord didn't give them that wisdom and didn't unlock their mind to get these certain things, And I'm speaking as far as that of the people that know the Israelites. These people in the world, man, they finished. But I wanted to touch on it just to show you, like, basic concepts that we understand, we got to praise Yahweh Shema Shai and be thankful, because these people don't understand these basic concepts, you know? How basic they are to us. They are, woo, man, it's like a jigsaw puzzle to these people, man. You know, but, you know, I want to continue to ramble on. Like I said before, man, you know, hey, we as a speckled bird, man, okay? All Israel ain't gonna look like no John Shaft, man, okay? So with that, until next time, I want to say shalom.